Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Comes to you live from our comfy couch here on the Outskirts Internet. This is the Gaming Saloon Reviews for December 12th. I did the wrong intro. I did the I did. Why did I do that?
Because I made the comment of I almost threw the wrong title up.
Apparently. No, this is the Gaming Saloon for December 12th, 2020, with your host, Facemaker2448 and Rampant Epsilon.
At some point, we were going to wind up screwing up. Just putting that out there.
Yeah.
We almost had it go both full force today. Because I almost put the TGSR title on the screen. But yeah.
So, before we get into news and what we've been playing this last couple weeks, have you heard about Cyberpunk? You know, that fancy new game from CD Projekt Red?
Not really, no.
Okay. So, I don't know how much I want to say because I'm not sure how much I want to upset Glock if he ever listens to this. Because there's a reason for the title this week, and it has nothing to do with what's in the news and stuff. It has everything to do with Cyberpunk. Because you know how everyone's like, oh, all those Bethesda games, you know, the Fallouts and your Skyrims, you know, they're buggy, glitchy open worlds, but people like them. What if that, but not made by Bethesda? Pretty much. Like, I know I will upset people by saying that, but it's kind of true. Like, listening to Giant Bomb talk about it and kind of seeing some gameplay myself, I'm like, yeah, this is a Bethesda game, but not made by Bethesda. Because also, there is 5 million fucking glitches in this fucking video game. So somehow this is a Bethesda game not made by Bethesda. And should not have came out this year. It should have came out next year. So yeah. I'm sure people are gonna be mad. But oh well. Oh, also, there is one thing that I don't like about the game, but they have now fixed it, and I go, good, you shouldn't have done that to start with. You know how we always have those epileptic seizure warnings and stuff for video games these days?
Yeah.
What if there was a scene in a video game that is literally verbatim the exact thing doctors use to diagnose seizures by inducing one? That was in Cyberpunk, and a required thing you had to view. They have since taken it out and fixed it with a patch yesterday, I believe. But that shit shouldn't have gotten there to start with. Like, that shit shouldn't have existed to start with. Fuck off. That makes me unreasonably upset. For having no horse in this race, it makes me incredibly upset and angry that happened. Because one of Game Informer's staff that were playing the game for review did have a seizure because of this exact scene. So yeah. Fucking hell, CD Projekt Red. Fucking hell. So anywho, tell me, what have you been playing the last couple weeks?
Not really anything.
Unfortunately, the same, because I've been sick. 'Cause, sick. 'Cause I've been sick. So. 'Cause I've been sick. So. 'Cause I've been sick. 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 'C I have finally put together the gold power set for Kuga Soto figures. And I also put together Ultimate. I haven't put together the rest of the backlog stuff that I have, so I still need to do all those eventually. Yeah, I was trying to think of something else, but no, I got nothing else. I did get unreasonably angry at one of my nephew's homework assignments for school. So he has to write, and bear in mind he's in high school, like first year high school at the moment. So he has to write, I guess, like follow this like flow chart to write a literary thesis on this piece of work. Would you like to guess what that work is?
What?
It is a short story that was written in 1905 and published in the newspaper. Would you care to guess how long it is?
Probably paragraph and a half kind of deal.
About 2,000 words.
Oh.
You want to know what the story's about?
What?
So this lady has like a buck and change on Christmas Eve. And she wants to get a present for her husband. But she doesn't have enough money to get what she wants. So what she does is goes to a hairdresser and sells her hair to get like $20 so she can then get her husband this chain for his pocket watch. So she does all that. She goes home. Her husband gets home. He notices her hair is gone, and she just is like, I got up my hair so I can get the money so I can get you this Christmas gift. And then the guy has to go, oh, I kind of sold my pocket watch to get you these combs for your hair. Oops. But they still love each other. So essentially it is two people be dumb trying to get Christmas presents for each other, but still love each other, and that's it. He has to write a thesis about the irony, the illusion, and other literary stuff with the theme of like sacrifice for love on this 2,000-word comedy sketch from 1905. I am unreasonably upset about this assignment. Even though I'm not doing it and have no part in it, I am unreasonably upset because this is stupid. Like, what do you expect people to turn in? Like, there's nothing here. It is a comedy sketch, at best, of two dorks who went too far to get Christmas presents for each other and now have to have a laugh about it and just go, wah, wah, up. At least we still love each other. What do you want? There's nothing like deep in like philosophical here, folks. What the hell? If you're gonna make them write a literary thesis, at least make them write a literary thesis on a fucking actual story that will be more words than they will be writing the thesis about with. Because I guarantee you, by the end of you writing this thesis on this flowchart that's like 6 pages long, you'll have written more words than exist in this story.
More than likely, yeah.
So, yeah. Bob had to like, just drop it. It's okay. I'm like, I know, but like, just, yeah. If you're going to teach people literary analysis and stuff, at least give them good ways of learning it instead of garbage ways. Anywho. Shall we just get into the news then?
I guess we shall.
So the Game Awards were Thursday. Yay! Did you
What do you think?
bother? No.
Yeah, you're exactly right on that then.
I watched some through someone else commentating on it, which was Danny from John's streams and stuff, and his own streams, which he's in like a 15 card mod tournament for Forbidden Memories, and he's in the semifinals. Actually, is it semifinals? He actually beat the world record holder in his last match, which in one of those like holy shit. It was kind of hype because I actually watched like that match and the match he had before then. But yeah, I was watching him commentate over it because fuck, I ain't watching this on its own. But we have winners. So game of the year, game direction, and narrative went to Last of Us Part 2. Yay.
Big shock.
Art direction went to the Ghost of Tsushima. Score and music went to 7R. Audio design went to Last of Us Part 2. Best performance went to Abby from Last of Us Part 2, Laura Bailey. Games for Impact went to Tell Me Why. Player's Choice was Ghost of Tsushima. Ongoing was No Man's Sky. Indie was Hades. Mobile was Among Us. Community support was Fall Guys. Innovation and accessibility was Last of Us Part 2. And I have to give them credit. They actually showed what the accessibility stuff was when they were doing this category.
Wow.
Which,
from what I've heard, you've actually, at this point, probably spent as much time saying who won as they did.
More or less. Like, relatively speaking to everything else on the show, yeah. What was funny was one of the, I guess, kind of like weirder accessibility options, but was kind of interesting was the Honey, I Shrunk the Kids game. I can't remember the name of it, but it was nominated in the accessibilities category. Its accessibility option was actually a like an arachnophobia assist mode that actually made the spiders not look like spiders. It made it look like just these two floating blobs with like pair of eyes. I was like, oh, that's cool. That's neat. I think most of the others were a lot of different like colorblind options. Like Last of Us Part 2 has like just a full like thing is red, thing is blue colorblind option. And has it in like different colors, which is kind of cool. So I'll give them that. VR, AR went to Half-Life. Action went to Hades. Action Adventure went to Last of Us Part 2. Role-playing went to 7R. Fighting went to MK11. Family went to Animal Crossing. Sim Strategy went to Microsoft Flight Simulator. Fucking bullshit. Fuck that. A category with four strategy games and one simulator, and the fucking simulator game wins. You just wanted to give Flight Sim an award, but didn't give it any competition in its genre. Fuck off. Sports Racing went to Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1-2. Multiplayer went to Among Us. Debut game went to Phasmophobia. Content creator went to Valkyrie. Esports game was League. Esports athlete was League. Was Showmaker and League. Esports team was G2 Esports from League. Esports event was League of Legends World Championship. Esports host was Jocks. And esports coach was Sonic. I see the heavy League bias on all the esports stuff. So yeah, that's who won. Any feelings? Any specific direction on all that?
No.
All right, let's get into the actual important stuff, which is all the debuts, which there was quite a number of them. And I'll be honest, I zoned out for like half of them because I was just like, okay, you're just slamming these one after the other.
I mean, pretty much.
So, top of the show proper. The One Wing Angel, Sephiroth, is the next Smash fighter. We are getting a Smash Direct next Friday at about 5:30. So Sephiroth's probably going to be playable next Friday or the next day. At the very least, it will be before the end of the month because his trailer was dated for December. I will say, do watch this trailer. If you want to see Sephiroth beating the shit out of all the different Smash characters, including seemingly stabbing Mario, but just missing him and holding him up by his overalls, then getting in a sword fight with Cloud, and then you just see Mario be yeeted off Sephiroth's sword towards the camera. It's a glorious shot. Absolutely glorious. So yeah, Sephiroth's coming. Cool. Oh, okay. I was about to say, these are not in the order of the show. We have Sea of Solitude is coming to Nintendo Switch. Neat little indie title. Director's Cut version of it, actually. Devolver is bringing Loop Hero out next year. Deck building game from the looks of it. I don't remember this, to be honest. So it may or may not have been on the pre-show. Kind of looks neat. Very old school RPG. Ticha? TCHIA. Tropical exploration game. Okay, this kind of looks nice. Like, visually. Yeah, I'm pretty sure like this stuff was on the pre-show because I didn't see like half the pre-show. We also got puzzle game, A Shady Part of Me. This one looked cool. So it's a puzzle platformer, but you have to puzzle platform on 2 planes at the same time. Because you have to puzzle platform yourself and your shadow at the same time. And it looked pretty cool to just go, okay, so you have to do this with your shadow in order to like move it while you're moving yourself and stuff. It looked pretty cool. I dug it. And it had a neat little art style. I'm all for nice art style games. If you are a fan of Nier Automata, congratulations! The prequel? Technically. The original Nier game, which was Nier Replicant, is getting more or less remade as Nier Replicant version 1.22474487139. Yes, that is the actual full title of this video game. Yes, Yoko Taro is having a good laugh, because fuck y'all. I do what I want. Yeah, pretty much, if you like Nier Automata, here's pretty much another Nier game. Because it looked very much like Nier Automata. So, cool. Do you remember Hood's Outlaw and Legends from, like, I think Sony's, like, PlayStation 5 press conference thing a while back?
I don't right offhand, actually.
Apparently it's a heist game? Like a competitive heist game? So, like, I guess kind of like Payday, but medieval. but there are also other teams competing at the same time. So you're trying to like, it's more or less like multiplayer payday or like competitive payday, I guess. It sounds weird. And I kind of want to see what this is. It's coming out stated for, I think March 10th. May 10th, actually. Next year. And it's on pretty much cross-gen plus PC. I know you'll be interested in this one, so you like some Left 4 Dead, right?
Yeah.
So what if the Left 4 Dead devs decided Valve won't let us make Left 4 Dead 3 because memes at this point. What if we made our own? Excuse me. What if we made our own Left 4 Dead, called it a different name, kind of, and just put it out there?
Why do they want my money so bad?
Because this is Back 4 Blood, and some of the special effects look in like far more threatening. Like, there's a part in the gameplay demo, because we actually had like a full gameplay demo level, more or less, that shows what I assume is like the equivalent of the tank. And it's this massive, like 12-foot tall monstrosity that does not go down easily, but it's on like kind of a scripted path. It looks like it doesn't like automatically chase you, but it can reach through doorways and grab your ass because fuck you. But yeah, it looks really good. Like, holy shit. Gimme. And that's coming out June next year. And there's a closed alpha you can try to register for, and it is on December 17th. I might go see if I can snag a little closed alpha code. So I want to give this a shot.
Yeah. I'd be right there with you on that one.
For those looking for one of Rare's classics, Perfect Dark is back. The Initiative, which... I don't recognize that name offhand. Oh, just an internal game dev at, or a game studio in Xbox, okay. Or at Microsoft, okay. This is their first project, okay. But yeah, they're working on a new Perfect Dark. No gameplay, just a little cinematic trailer, but hey! Perfect Dark exists again. Maybe it'll be better than Perfect Dark Zero. Because no one particularly cared for Perfect Dark Zero. One of the Dead Space developers is bringing us the Callisto Protocol, which would you like very horrible looking monstrosities to hunt you down, I guess, and kill you while you try to defend yourselves? Then I guess this game is for you, but there's not much to it. It's just this kind of like, I guess, concept trailer more than anything, so eh. Dragon Age still exists, and they're still teasing it with nothing really substantial to show besides cinematics and stuff, so... We will have a new Dragon Age eventually, but more on BioWare later. From Fulbright, which they've gone home in Tacoma, have Open Roads, which is a road trip game, more or less, with a mother and a daughter going on a road trip to find some stuff about a family member they that left stuff in a journal. It looked fine. It comes out next year. Let's see. There's a Cyberpunk car in Forza Horizon. Disco Elysium is getting a console version. The beta for Scavengers, which I think I know that game, but I don't remember it, is available now. Warframe is getting some Unreal Tournament weapons in a cross-promotional thing. Yay. Crimson Desert. I don't remember this one. What the fuck is this one? I incredibly do. Okay, I probably so. This is probably like when I started streaming. Third-person action game. It looks kind of interesting. You can fight a dragon. Evil Dead is getting a video game next year. It's got co-op, more or less. Would you like Left 4 Dead, but Evil Dead themed? Here you go. We got some gameplay for Season 1 of Cold War. Season is coming to PlayStation 5. I don't remember this one. This probably was another one that was happening while I was streaming. Guy bicycling around and walking around towns and stuff. So you know that Ark video game that's on PC, one of those survival multiplayer games?
Yeah.
It's getting a sequel. And it had a trailer with Vin Diesel in it. Why? I have no idea. It just happened to have Vin Diesel. So, Ark 2 is coming out, and there's an Ark the Animated Series that will have Vin Diesel appearing with it, along with 5 million other famous actors and stuff. Gerard Butler, David Tennant, Carl Urban, Malcolm McDowell, Alan Tudyk, Russell Crowe. Where the fuck did they get all this money for these people? So this exists. I don't particularly care. Super Meat Boy Forever finally comes out this month, after being on the docket forever. Fall Guys showed off its Season 3 content, more or less winter-themed and Christmas-themed. You know that guy that cursed on air on the Game Awards and got banned?
I feel like I do, but I don't remember right offhand.
Okay. They invited him back to show off this new video game, It Takes Two, which is a co-op game where you play as the husband and wife, and the game is solving their marital problems. It's pretty much it. It looks kind of nice, but I'm like, I don't know if I care for the writing on this, because it looks like every goddamn romantic comedy in fucking existence. All of them blended together into mush. Ooh, this one looked really cool. Fist, Forged in Shadow Torch. It looks like a side-scrolling action game where you play as this rabbit that has a third mechanical arm that it uses for combat. Like, it looks really good. But this is coming out in the spring. Let's see, Returnal, which was one of those time loop games from E3 last year, because everyone was doing time loop games, comes out March on PlayStation 5. Evil West, which is Wild West plus demons and vampires and stuff. I guess Dead West, but not a strategy game. Cross-gen next year. We got a new trailer for Scarlet Nexus, which is that new action game from Bandai Namco. I think we've seen it a couple times from like Nintendo Directs and stuff. Elite Dangerous Odyssey got gameplay of on-foot stuff. Humankind's got a new trailer. I don't remember this game. Yeah, I don't remember this game. looks like a Civ game. Outriders got a new trailer. We've seen that one before. Ghosts and Goblins Resurrection is I think like a remake of the original Ghosts and Goblins. And because this is coming to Switch on February, they're also releasing like the original Ghosts and Goblins along with a bunch of other like arcade Capcom games in a free collection on Switch.
Ooh.
Yes, it was really cool. Let me see if I can get the trailer cooperate with me so I can see. Of course they don't have it. Give me a second. Let me see if I can find info on it. Yeah, Capcom Arcade Stadium. Like 32 games. Looks like you got some classic Street Fighter and a bunch of other arcade classics. You got save states, you got rewind, you got all sorts of the good stuff. Has a neat little like arcade UI stuff that you can literally play these games on arcade cabinets, which is kind of cool. And that comes out free at the same time. And they're planning to do paid DLC bundles. So you get like 32 games for free, and then I guess like they'll go, hey, here's a bundle of like 5 games for probably like $10 to give you like more stuff to play. So neat. Elder Scrolls Online continues to exist, and now they're doing Oblivion. So
Because
you liked
of course they
Oblivion.
are.
If you liked Oblivion, they're doing Oblivion stuff. We actually got gameplay for that League of Legends spinoff, Ruined King. It looks fine. I kind of like the gameplay from what I saw. The combat part of it looks weird. Like something seems off on it visually, and I'm not sure why. You might have to look at the trailer because I don't know. It's very classic RPG. Like, you roam around an overworld, and when you fight enemies, you go like Final Fantasy style into a combat thing or a combat area, and you fight them turn-based style. I kind of want to see what this ends up being. I don't know. I'm hesitant, but I'm like, I'll check it out. I think it's the backgrounds, because the backgrounds look like flat for some reason.
Maybe with the battle backgrounds is the problem.
Yeah, they look like too flat. Like, it kind of doesn't match the 3D models and stuff they're using for all the characters.
Yeah.
Which, if it plays fine, it wouldn't be the biggest deal, but... So... Fortnite has decided to use Red versus Blue to introduce Master Chief as a character you can get in Fortnite now.
Yep. And
Blood Gulch is a place you can go.
That, I am in the mindset of I might download it to see how this works. Because bear in mind, I'd have to download the update.
I have to download the entire video game again. I kind of uninstalled it.
I didn't because it's on a separate SD card.
Well.
That I think only has it. And it might only be it.
Probably. But like, you can play as Chief, and you've got like a Blood Gulch map that you can play on. However that works.
Yeah, it's one of those. It's kind of pulling me to be like, yeah, sure, I'll hop in. But at the same time, I remember why I walked away from it.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm just confused by like why the East Red versus Blue they introduced. I'm like, why?
Reasons.
Like, there is only so many people that I feel like you are trying to get invested in this, and like, they are either playing Fortnite or not playing Fortnite, and I don't think this will swing them too much one way or the other. And lastly, BioWare decided, hey, we know we fucked up with Andromeda, but we promise we'll do better, because in a little CG trailer showing a broken mass relay and Liara and presumably some other members of the Normandy finding a snow-covered planet with a broken, I guess, N7 armor insignia on something. Mass Effect will continue. And that was it.
So they're expecting people to, still support them after they botched 3, royally screwed Andromeda, and we're just going to expect them to turn a blind eye.
Don't forget Anthem. Let's not forget Anthem in this scenario.
Fair.
If we're bringing up all of BioWare's faults within the last 10 years, Anthem's one of those.
I'm more meaning just with the Mass Effect series as
it
stands.
Yeah. and they're still not putting out the new Dragon Age. They're still just being like, it exists. Here's stuff and things that aren't gameplay for it. And I'm like, when the fuck is this coming out?
So is Dragon Age their equivalent to what Kingdom Hearts 3 was for a while?
Yes. I guess. Yeah, probably. I don't know how to feel about this. I really don't. Like, on one hand, hey, they gotta bite the bullet and figure out what the fuck to do with, like, the end of Mass Effect 3. On the other hand, I don't know if I trust them with that.
Oh, I mean, even if they were to start a new trilogy, it won't matter. You just need to play the end of the last game, and then there you go.
Fair.
I'm sorry, you don't make a game where every choice can make a difference in the story just to have it all come to a singular end. That's not how that works.
Yeah. I don't know. Like,
it's one of those they wrote themselves into too big of a hole by trying to carry the choices between games. I feel like they probably should have said, yeah, you can do whatever you want to in this game, but here is what the story actually is going to be. I feel like that probably would have went better.
so yeah. Also, a little follow-up on this. Since this news came out after the Game Awards, I believe. I think. Yeah, this came out today. Or no, this came out last week. Like, before all this. Two of BioWare's head people, Casey Hudson's and Mark Dare, have left BioWare. For reference, I think this is the second time Casey Hudson has left. Or at the very least, has made headlines by leaving something from BioWare. So... So yeah, I don't know how to feel about. They have to show me something substantial, and considering that they don't want to show anything substantial for Dragon Age at the moment, why the fuck does this teaser exist?
And that's why I made the comment like I did. Everyone's supposed to just blindly follow them when they've kind of screwed up the last two Mass Effect games. It's like, come on, at least give people something to be like, oh, you might have figured out the problem.
I need more than Liara doing the exact same fucking thing she did in between Mass Effect 1 and 2 that she's doing now for Mass Effect 4, technically. Because I guess Andromeda is technically a spinoff. Maybe.
Mass Effect, this franchise is starting to become a lot like Kingdom Hearts.
Mass Effect, we fucked up hard. We dropped the ball at the end when it was an easy thing to not drop the ball on.
Yeah.
We went complicated when we should have went simple. It was like, speaking of Kingdom Hearts, I recently watched the past couple weeks, Bloody Biz. He did a talk, or just like, I guess kind of like just a podcast really, between him and a YouTuber, Frustrated Jacob, who's done a lot of documentation and a lot of tracking of the development of Final Fantasy 15 and showcases how bunglefuck that game was during its very long development cycle. But he said something, and I hate it, and he's right. There's a scene in Kingdom Hearts 3 that clearly Nomura saw Avengers Infinity War and said, I want the thing from the end of Infinity Ward in our video game.
Oh god.
Because the exact same thing happens in both. And I'm like, God damn it, you're right. I hate it. I hate it. God damn it, you're right. Because all the fucking problems from like the end of Kingdom Hearts 3 are because of this one fucking stupid bullshit scene that makes no goddamn sense in relation to everything else that happens afterwards. On top of all the other problems of Kingdom Hearts 3's writing. Because Kingdom Hearts 3's writing is fucking nonsense. So, yeah. I heard that statement and I'm like, fucking hell, you're right, and I hate it. Also, Bloody's playing 13-2 now. He's like, I already didn't like 13 and thought 13's story was nonsense. And I've heard that this game goes beyond that. And I just look at the stream and just go, you have no idea. How fucked up the time travel story do you want? Because, oh boy. Oh boy. God. Can't wait to just sit down and just start watching all those streams. He started yesterday, and I think he's doing a stream tonight. So I'll be watching his streams like over the course of the next, or be playing catch up. Especially if he streams at the same time I do, but yeah. So, how you feel about all the reveals from the Game Awards?
I mean, could be worse.
There's a couple things I'm interested in.
And a lot of meh.
Most of them were indie titles. And like Sephiroth, I cackled as I watched the trailer because it's a wonderful trailer because like you have Galeem attacking all the fighters and stuff, and there's a couple of the DLC fighters in there as well. And like Galeem's charging up his big fuck off laser attack, and then he gets sliced in half. And so you see him like dissipate, and then all the hands dissipate, and then fucking One Winged Angel starts. And I just cackle. Because I'm like, oh my god, they did. And then Sephiroth just shows up as like, I will bring Smash to despair. And as Sephiroth's being revealed, you just see this look on Count of like, God damn it. Why won't you leave me alone? And then Nomura decided, hey, what if I did Advent Children for you? Because he did the end of Advent Children. And Cloud, I guess, is getting his Final Smash updated or something. I don't know. We'll find out next week. It's a really good trailer. A really good reveal. But next up, so you know how we have that Mortal Kombat movie on the docket for like video game movie stuff? Is that a yes or a no? Tommy?
Sorry, do what now?
The Mortal Kombat movie that we're supposed to get at some point.
Whoops. I hit the wrong button.
Eh.
Whoops. Too many buttons.
Because good news, folks. If you don't want to see it when it comes out next year, because apparently it's still coming out next year in theaters, you can watch it on HBO Max. Because Warner Brothers decided, what if we put all of our movies out in theaters and on our streaming service at the same time. If you think theaters are going to be upset about this, you're correct. But it will only be like 30 days after like it starts going in theaters that'll be available, so it won't be forever. So yay, you can watch Mortal Kombat on HBO Max. Yay.
Yay.
Moving on. So Halo Infinite. So, folks behind Halo Infinite have once more had to go out publicly and be like, no, there is no Battle Royale mode. No, we are not doing a Battle Royale mode.
I'm gonna laugh when they're actually doing a Battle Royale mode.
Well, they said in their tweet, and specifically Brian Jared, who's the one answering it on Twitter at the moment. He pretty much went, we're trying to put together an update at the end of the year to try to show you something, but we're not doing a Battle Royale mode. Okay?
Except for, wait for that Battle Royale mode that they introduce at the end of the year.
Yeah.
I'm waiting on it. I'm waiting on all of this, no, we're not doing it, to ultimately turn into, yeah, we're doing one.
Yep.
And that may or may not be the point where I am done with Infinite at that point.
I almost watched Reykjavik's video on Halo 5 again, just to remind myself, this is where we're currently at when it comes to the people behind Halo, right? Yep. Okay.
They did so good with 4. So good with 4.
That's because like 7 different lead people from various departments of Halo or of 343 left, including the creative director. Well, no, creative director got promoted the studio head, so they had to get a new creative director. So the people in charge of Halo
totally can't have 2 positions ever.
Right. So that left the Spartan Ops team to put together Halo 5 on a brand new console, which we all know how that goes. There's a reason Halo Infinite isn't happening right now.
I must say, though, Infinite's at least got potential at the moment. Because it looks like they might have sat down and were like, okay, why does everyone like the first Halo? Okay, let's try to do that, but in modern time. Because I have to think C would have been a different game if it was made now. Because what's the big thing right now? Open world.
Yeah.
C was the one game that kind of felt like it could have all worked in the same open world setup. And I kind of am getting that vibe from Infinite. It's like, okay, this is what C would have been now.
Yeah. So, for reference, I am quoting Reykjavik's video. You can find him on YouTube. 343 lost their head writer, game designer, engine programmer, art director, and narrative director all left. And Josh Holmes, who was the creative director on Halo 4, was moved to studio head, and he was replaced as creative director.
I'll give that could be part of our problem. Except for I also want to kind of point out the fact that 343, while it did have a lot of Bungie vets that worked on the original trilogy, they weren't all.
Yeah.
We did kind of have that creative mix of new blood with old blood.
Right.
So
all of those...
why did we go from turned out good to we lost enough people that it just disintegrated?
Because the Spartan Ops people were all put in charge. And then it went...
See, that's where the problem actually lays. It has nothing to do with the people that left.
Yeah.
It's that we put the B team on the A plot.
Yeah.
And no.
But yeah, the people leaving is what opened the door for all the Spartan Ops people to get all the lead positions. And they went, oh, we have to... Oh no.
But you know,
shit.
That's what gets me. Yeah, the Spartan Ops stuff was kind of weaker, I'll admit. But how did they not know the main game enough to, you know, be able to not do stupid?
Fantastic question. Again, I need to rewatch Reykjavik's video when he talks about all that, because he also talks about how the marketing fucking gave us the completely wrong story for this video game.
Well, I mean, duh.
Like, all the marketing, including all the extra stuff, like, it gave us the completely wrong impression of what the fuck this video game was supposed to be. Anyway, Destiny 2. Speaking of the original Halo, folks.
Well, what's left?
Yeah. Apparently, Destiny 2 is getting crossplay next year, which is a thing. I didn't think they did. But okay. Crossplay in on next-gen consoles next year. Yay.
Have fun with all that locked content that you might see in an occasional rotation.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what's kind of made me just go from, you know, I was alright with Destiny to screw it.
Yeah.
Like, I get they had to do that.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, it's like, yeah, that just kind of drives people away from the game too.
Honestly, my biggest problem is that all the coolest things in Destiny were all buried in the fucking codex. And I just don't care. I just don't care.
I think what kind of gets me is the base campaign for Destiny 2. I felt like was worthy of buying the game, and they locked that in the vault kind of deal.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, so you got rid of the entry point to the game that people would keep spending money on, and you thought that was a good idea. Because basically all they've done is alienate it to the people that were already invested in it.
Yeah. Because I will say, Beyond Light is not the best entry point for folks, because it is knee-deep in lore. Like, knee-deep in lore.
But that's what happens when your backer winds up no longer being your backer.
Yeah.
Because that's all Activision was.
Mm-hmm.
I'm assuming you were delaying the inevitable.
Yeah, it's time for releases, folks. Jesus Christ. Oh, let me shove this one down a little bit. So we've got a list, folks.
Yep.
Not a whole lot of doubling of stuff on here, actually. There was like so few doubling of things. Which is one of those like, oh god. So kicking off on the 14th, Jigsaw Fun, Piece It Together for Switch. On the 15th, Boot Hills Heroes, a collection of Saga, Final Fantasy Legend, Dark Grim, Meopolis, Dicey Dungeons, which is really good. Will all coming out for Switch. Five Nights at Freddy's, Help Wanted, comes out for PlayStation 4 and Switch. Gears 5 Hype Busters, I assume DLC, comes out for Xbox One. The nudity are actually characters in that game now. Also, Xavier Woods got hired for G4. Like, he's going to be doing stuff for G4 because G4 exists again. And I'm like, okay. I don't understand, but I'm like, okay, sure. We'll see how this goes. Indivisible Collector's Edition for Switch. I still want to play that. Like, that was a really good looking game, and I still haven't played it. And finally, Shakes on a Plane for Switch. On the 26th, Colossus Down for Xbox One, MXGP 2020 for Xbox One and PlayStation 4, Synthetic Ultimate for Xbox One and Switch. On the 17th, Abyss of the Sacrifice for Switch, Arcade Archives Markham for PlayStation 4, Body of Evidence for Switch, Crawlco Block Knockers for Switch, a Demo Reform for Switch, Android, and iOS, Deftron for Switch, Elemental Ward TD for Xbox One, Gems of Magic Lost Family for Switch, Mercenary Blaze Dawns of the Twin Dragons for Switch, Monster Train for Xbox One, Neo 2 The First Samurai for PlayStation 4, Outbreak Lost Hope for Switch, Toho Luna Knights for Switch, Traditional Tactics NE Plus for Switch, Unto the End for Switch, Wilmot's Warehouse for Xbox One, and Yum Yum Line for Switch. On the 18th, 60 Parsecs for Xbox One, and then 60 Seconds Reatomize for Xbox One and Switch. I assume these are two completely different games.
Maybe.
It just so happened to be almost the exact same game.
Maybe.
Okay, they are two related video games that are coming out at the same time. They are connected. We have Catch for Xbox One, Dark Arena of the Carnival for Switch, Freddy Spaghetti for Switch, Shikaku Shapes for Switch, and Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic 2, The Sith Lords for Android and iOS. Why are we putting the bad Knights of the Old Republic on Android and iOS?
Reasons.
The bad and also unfinished Knights of the Old Republic. Because for reference, folks, Sith Lords never got to get finished. I think there's like 2 whole missing worlds of cut content on the disc. That they just had to scrap at the last minute because it's like, we gotta get this fucking out the door. Anyway, on the 21st, Killer Chambers for Switch, Smart Moves for Switch, and Traffic for Switch. On the 22nd, Landfix Odyssey for Switch. God damn it, I missed one. Neko Para Volume 4 for PlayStation 4 and Switch, and Override 2 Super Mech League for Xbox One, Xbox Series X, PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, and Switch.
Did you actually forget what the abbreviation for Series X was?
Isn't that the one we've been using?
No, you kind of paused, so I was like, wait a minute.
Oh, okay.
Did that really stump him, or?
I had a brain fart, probably. Actually, no. No, I was looking over at Discord notification.
Ah.
All right. On the 23rd, we have Drunken Fist for Switch and Solitaire 3D for Xbox One. On the 24th, Elliot for Switch, Calls Treasure for Switch, Columno for Switch, Spirit Arena for Switch, and Last Dead End for Switch. On the 25th, Bit.Trip, Beat Core, Fate, Flux, Runner, and Void for Switch, which are all different video games, I guess. Candy 2048 Challenge for Switch, Dungeonoid for Switch, and Match 3 Pirates Hair to Davy Jones for Switch. And finally, on the 26th, Cube Life Island Survival HD for Switch, Door Kickers for Switch, and Dungeon Top for Switch. Which takes us to my quick draw. And hey, Persona 5 Strikers is finally getting localized. Like a year plus after it's been released, it's finally coming out in February. With a trailer that got leaked 2 days before they actually were going to release it.
Of course it did.
Oops. But the good news is, while it will come out on PlayStation 4 and Switch, like it did in Japan, it's also going to come to Steam. Yay! For those wondering what the hell this is the Persona 5 Muso game. For a reminder, folks. I think it turned out pretty good. I'd have to look in to see what people thought of when the Japanese version came out, but I think people liked it. Also, this is technically a sequel to original Persona 5 and not Persona 5 Royal, because Kasumi is not in this game, nor has she ever been added to the game. So, yeah. I know, confusing. Don't worry about it. Persona canon is kind of nonsense. Because for some reason, Persona 5 Royal hasn't taken over as the canon version of Persona 5 due to Striker's existence maybe being the canon version because they haven't done anything more. I don't know. It's weird and dumb. Yeah, I'll probably check this out when it comes out in February. But that was my quick draw. Tommy, you don't have one, correct?
Correct.
You know, I watched Saber this week. I cannot begin to tell you how much of a non-episode it was. How much do you want to see Toma not use his new power-up to fight Caliper, who's been revived because... fuck it, why not? And also, all of the other people, all the other writers except Blades fighting the Backstreet Boys for a good solid 30 minutes. And then Blades showing up and using his new power of being a transformer. God, it's... Saber, I don't understand this show. I don't understand how this show is such a non-functioning show at times of just like, why does nothing happen? Because for reference, folks, Espada is dead. And by dead, I mean he's stuck in Caliper's sword because of a curse thing. That doesn't make him Caliper. No, the original Saber is still Caliper. He's just in the sword now because that's how that works, I guess. I don't know. I hate this fucking show. I really do. I need good writer. Can Shout Factory get a new writer series up? That's a good one, so I can watch that. 'Cause I'm watching Orb, but I'm running out of episodes. And Ultraman Zed's almost done. Like, next week's the final episode, so. And I am far too backed up on Cure Major to care. Because apparently Cure Major's good, but like, I'm pretty much having to watch the entire show. And I'd rather just wait till Zenkaiger, where the 4 of the 5 team members are robots that look like previous shows' mechs that also turn into, well, 3 of them turn into animals and 1 of them turns into a dump truck. And then the 5th person is the leader and is not red, but is a person, and all 5 of them apparently use a Gatling gun as a changer. And then the 4 robots split into pairs, and then the 2 pairs can combine together. I don't understand the series, but it fascinates me because it sounds bonkers as fuck. Like, bonkers as fuck. And I'm on board. Like, I need to see this stupid show. Please. Yeah, that's all we got this week, folks. Tomorrow, Build Fighters Try. I can't wait till we get later in the show. I can't wait, because I'm pretty sure you're going to ask me a question about the show, and I'm just going to tell you right now, I don't have an answer.
Oh.
I have a guess, but I do not have a legitimate answer about a certain part of the show. Like, I just don't. Because the show never explains it, because maybe it'll get explained in the 3rd Build Fighter series whenever we get it in the next, 100 years or so. But yeah, it's tomorrow. Monday, you're doing Halo 4.
Yep.
Thursday, I'm doing more Radiant Dawn, as I hopefully am able to push through and just beat the game, since we are so close.
Friday and Saturday are kind of up in the air.
Yeah. And then we're back around to more Build Fighters. So if you like what you've seen, drop a follow. Really appreciate it. Chipping away at that affiliate goal. At Soon on Twitter gets you updates when we go live. Next page point Discord chat gets a Discord link. Drop by, say hi. We'll see you tomorrow, folks.